Barbenheimer was a huge success at the cinemas this weekend. Greta Gerwig's Barbie and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer brought moviegoers back to the theaters in record numbers. The two movies' sales combined totaled roughly $302 million, making it the biggest box office weekend post-pandemic. John is sitting down asking questions on the impact this has on the recovering movie theater industry.
Yeah, let's go to the movies. Joining me is Wright State University's Motion Pictures Facilities and Equipment Manager, Parker Bowling. Thank you so much for joining us, Parker. I feel like we should have some popcorn or something as we're talking about these movies. Yeah. You just heard those numbers that Riley just talked about what a great opening weekend it was for Barbenheimer, if we want to call it that. What does this signal then for what has been a very lagging industry this year?
This signals to me that the right movie will still get people to go to the theaters, and additionally that non-traditional methods of engagement may be the way to go moving forward.
Okay, so what is it about these two that was so engaging?
Yeah, these movies, you would think they're polar opposites. They have a lot more in common than you might think, but there's a level of cooperation that I don't often see when movies are released. A lot of the time it's combative or competitive. Let's go to see this one or this one. There's a lot of let's go see both of them, which is going to be really beneficial for everybody involved.
What does this weekend say about the movies that have been rolled out so far this year? And again, those numbers have really been lagging.
Yeah, I think what it comes down to is if people have an interest in it, and ultimately what's going to get people to come to the movie theater versus staying at home. And that's where talking about streaming versus actual theatrical release, I think the mode is not going to be only in theaters. I think it's going to be a combination going forward. In the last few years, you've seen a lot of people like Tom Cruise and really high-level industry people pushing for things to be in the movie theaters. The thing about it is there are some downsides to streaming. There was a movie on Disney Plus called Crater that got pulled, and now nobody's able to see it. So they didn't see it in theaters, and now they don't see it online. And that's, trying to find what the theatrical experience is going to be a large part of what's going to get people into seats going forward.
Parker, it's so nice being at post-pandemic, right? So many industries, however, trying to get back to pre-pandemic levels. So that includes the movie industry as well. What confidence is there in the movie industry that this release this weekend of Barbenheimer might be able to kickstart that industry back into shape?
Absolutely. Over the years, the industry has shown a lot of capacity to grow and change with the times. In the 50s, TV got really big. So when that happened, they literally expanded the screen with stuff like anamorphic widescreen, which is where the image gets a lot larger and more visually interesting. Stuff like this, where it's based on themes, people, brands, and ideas and events that we already have as a general public a familiarity with, is really helping push it forward. Because everybody knows who Barbie is, and a lot of people know who Oppenheimer already is. So with that, it's a lot of brand identity and personality identity that's already entwined with the public consciousness. Add to that you have experienced directors and well-liked directors like Greta Gerwig and Christopher Nolan, and huge stars like Margot Robbie and Cillian Murphy. It's a recipe for success.
Have about 20 seconds left. There's one major fly in the ointment, and that is the strike that's going on out in California right now with the screen guilders and writers. How much of a complicating factor is that potentially? And also, could this just be a stubbing of their own toe when the momentum is building?
I think so. Support the unions.
All right. Parker Bowling, Motion Pictures Facilities and Equipment Manager at Wright State University. Thank you so much for your insights. Nice going to the movies with you.
Thank you.